National Dropout Prevention Center has been on the road, and recently the team from Solutions to the Dropout Crisis paid a visit to Harding High School in St. Paul, Minnesota to see the Connected Counseling program in action. Connected Counseling is an initiative to redesign high school counseling programs and the delivery of school counseling services by licensed school counselors as a means to increase student achievement and raise high school graduation rates. On our site visit, we observed these components of Connected Counseling: the 6-year plan, the Career Resource Center, relationships and guidance technicians, getting into college. We will learn more about these as we join Harding High School's counselor, Ralph Alexander, as he tells us about his school's Connected Counseling program.
My name is Ralph Alexander, and I'm a guidance counselor at St. Paul Harding High School. And I'm here to talk to you about Connected Counseling, which has been an absolute fantastic voyage because we were able to look at what amounts to the best practices in guidance and counseling and had the latitude to restructure and do what we wanted to do with the program to best serve the interests of the students, to help our students achieve. It was fantastic because we were able at the beginning to study other programs. The district was very supportive, and the Bush Grant were very supportive in helping us with research and finding best practices and the research that would both help our students achieve and also help us to coordinate our services the best we could. One of the things we found was we went to a lot of different schools and studied different schools, and we found that as we looked at different schools, there were a bunch of different approaches. And I'm primarily going to be talking about the best practices that we've used here related to career counseling, because that's been an area that we've put a lot of focus into.
The first component we will learn about is the 6-year plan.
Remarkably, what we found out as we researched was that not only do students do better at post-secondary when they have a plan, but they also are much more successful in graduating from high school, because as they look forward, they have a plan, they have an idea of what they do, and they have a built-in optimism about where they're going and how to succeed. I think in essence what we try to do is help students build a winning streak. And the way we do that is what we call our 6-year plan. And our 6-year plan is a map forward, a map from starting in 9th grade as to what students want to do for their career. And in 9th grade, they're doing such things as introduction to themselves, exploring their feelings, exploring their talents, exploring what their interests are, taking assessments. And then in 10th grade, they begin to learn about the research tools, about the software that's available to them. And by 11th and 12th grade, they're beginning to get into the real nuts and bolts of what they can do to help themselves succeed with their plan. Interestingly enough, we found that most of our students, over 90% of our students, wanted to have a plan that included college. And we've had great success with that. How do you like making a plan in terms of having a plan? Has that been helpful to you to be able to set things up and know what's coming ahead?
It has, because freshman year you set up a plan and you can like say where you want to go in 6 years and then come back and look at that and see if you're still on track or see if anything's changed. And you can update it whenever you want to. So you just come back and update it.
Yeah. You've certainly been a success story, because what you have done, and I've noticed, is in 9th grade you did get things set up. You got a mentor, you went through your 6-year plan, you made a plan, and now your college search has been very successful because you've had a lot of acceptances to different colleges.
The next component we learn about is the Career Resource Center.
So our students, as we researched our students, they wanted to have a plan. And again, most of those students wanted to, over 90% of them wanted to go on to college. And as we worked with them, we've looked at different ways to structure our Career Center in helping students. We found out throughout the United States that most schools have a drop-in center. And what we found was, in most cases, what that meant is the students that were most able to access information, most able to access resources, were the ones that were being served. I'd like to quote Trish Hatch in saying that every student deserves a 6-year plan based on the fact that they breathe air. Every student. So every student at Harding High School gets the 6-year plan, whether they're an ELL student, whether they're a gifted student, whether they have special needs or not. We've also been able to develop a lot of software. We've been able to adopt a lot of software, and everything that we've brought in terms of resources for our students have been based on the fact that it's a full spectrum of students that we serve. It's a very different concept from what we were seeing nationally. Our students all get the curriculum. We do teach every student. We have classrooms that come in throughout the day, and we also have support activities. So students can come before school and get individual help. We also have an after-school program. So we see a blend, a mix of both instruction that we do for the students to help them with their careers, and also we individualize help because we know that they need that support from time to time.
The school counselors develop guidance curriculum using action plans that include curriculum for all students and closing the gap curriculum for those needing more information and assistance. Curriculum for every student includes lessons illustrating graduation requirements, individual transcript review, career exploration, interest inventories, college and career readiness skills, closing the achievement gap lessons for targeted populations. The next component we learn about is relationships and the important roles that guidance technicians play in connected counseling.
In doing this, we've been able to build relationships with students. And remarkably as well, we find that by tracking the students, by making them accountable, by saying that every student needs to graduate with a 6-year plan intact, we've been able to connect with those students more and more and more and be more specific and more successful with their plan. We've also been fortunate because in our College and Career Center, we have a lot of resources, including a guidance technician. And our guidance technician is very, very helpful. We have a guidance technician that helps with testing so that counselors have more time to specifically work with students and their needs. And we also have a technician that helps students develop an exit plan whereby they have a specific plan and what they're going to do to graduate from high school and then what they're going to do specifically beyond.
Yeah, and think about it too. Think about that $1 million, that extra $1 million you can make in your lifetime with that college education versus just stopping with the high school degree and working at McDonald's or working on a factory.
I just don't want to spend the rest of my life working on a minimum job and suffering everything, man. That's like sad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like really thinking about it. I was like, man, what if for the rest of my life I was to work at McDonald's and get paid poorly? How would I support my family and all the struggle and everything? And then I started to get a clear picture. And I'm like, okay, gotta change my life.
As part of their 6-year plans, students learn how to negotiate the process of getting into college, receiving support from Connected Counseling.
When we first started doing Connected Counseling, I think at the beginning we were a little bit soft. We were a little bit saying, okay, if a student says, you know, I want to go on to St. Paul College, that was enough. But that's not enough today. Today our accountability is such that when a student says, I want to go to St. Paul College or I want to go to St. Cloud College, we say, okay, when do you start? Is your application done? Have you been accepted? Do you have financial aid? Do you have scholarships? Everything must be in place. So in that way, not only do we make the student more accountable, but there's more of a chance for us to build a lasting relationship with them from the 9th grade, the time that they're 9th grade when they begin to build their 6-year plan, all the way through their senior year. And I have to say this, that many of our students come back for sustained support after high school is over. We see students that are in college or in careers, they come back, and of course we want to service them because ultimately we want them to graduate and have successful careers beyond Harding High School. How are you making out in your college applications? Where are you at on that?
I'm accepted to Century College
Hey,
starting next fall.
all right. And?
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I still need a little help on gathering things to do, but other than that, the financial aid, I need help on that. And
all right.
Yeah, I should be set as soon as I get it done.
But don't feel bad, right? Because you're doing all this thing for the first time. Anybody else in your family go to college?
I'll be
the first one.
First
so
one in my family.
how do you know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us help you, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Good deal. In doing this, it's been a rare look forward because we haven't been under the constraints of having to do our guidance program in a certain way. Both Connected Counseling and St. Paul Harding High School administration has said, if you can be successful with the students, if research supports it, if it's going to help with student achievement, we've been able to adopt that. And we've done a lot of innovative things. One thing that we're particularly proud of is last year we launched a new project called College in a Day, whereby students come in at the beginning of the day, and by the end of the day, not only are they in a college, but they know everything about what their college experience is going to be. So they come in, they take an Accuplacer test, they fill out the application, there's a college counselor right there that admits them, they do their financial aid, and by the end of the day they walk out the door remarkably, amazing, and see that they are now a college student. And we've had about 35 students from one college do that last year and about 22 from another college. So we consider ourselves in a position to replicate that program because we've had success with that. But again, I think a lot of the success revolves on the fact that we've been able, through Connected Counseling, to be able to depend on research and also innovate. When we need to innovate and come up with something new that's going to be helpful for students, our administration has been very supportive. Next year, another initiative that's going underway is that we're going to double the size of our Career Center. Part of our program is instruction. Part of our program is individually helping students to have more successful careers and be able to build a future that they're going to be proud of. And again, all this is only possible through the generosity of the Bush Grant, through the support of St. Paul Harding's administration, through the district office, everyone saying if it will help our students' achievement, then we can do it. We can adopt best practices out there that have worked well for other schools, and we can also invent new practices that have been specifically built for the success of our students here at St. Paul Harding.
Our visit to Harding High School has come to an end. Connected Counseling at Harding continues to evolve and is indeed an excellent solution to the dropout crisis.